Welcome back to another VLC orientation. Today we're going to talk about behavior expectations, academic integrity, and our EOS system here at VLC. So this video is going to go over how we expect you to engage with us and behave when we are both just on our learning platform and when we are in our live Google Meets. So let's go ahead and get rolling. I will warn you that we do have some longer official policy documents to go over in this video, so make sure that you are following along with those as well. Those should be linked to your online Canvas orientation modules course within your orientation quiz for the day. If you are a family watching this at home via the course orientation video links on YouTube, then you can access these documents on your handbook page as well. So the first document that we are going to go over today is our VLC PBIS Behavior Expectations Chart. And we do have some very simple to remember behavior expectations here at VLC. And we've used our acronym VLC to remember what they are. So the first expectation that we have for you here at VLC is that you are valuing your community. And we'll go over some examples of what that actually looks like here in just a second when I pop open this chart. The next behavior expectation that we have goes with our L, and that is lead by example. And the last one is C for consistently engage. Now, a lot of people are like, what does consistently engage mean? Consistently means regularly, right? Over time, you're doing this consistently, regularly, you're doing it all the time. And to engage means to be active and present in your classes, actually doing the things that we're asking you to do in your courses. So consistently, you're regularly doing what you need to do for class. All right, let's look at what this actually looks like in practice. So this is a chart that helps us kind of go over what some of these things look like. What does it look like to value your community here at VLC? Well, some examples for you all would be to choose a distraction-free workplace when you're working. Make sure you're muted when it's not your turn to speak, being respectful and appropriate in the chat, respecting other cultures and opinions and viewpoints when we're having discussions, using a respectful tone in your messages, so Canvas, GoGuardian, email. We're keeping it professional. You're not being rude or impolite when you're trying to communicate with your teachers or other students. We're keeping our spaces clean. We're treating others with respect. You're joining your tutoring time with your teachers when you've requested it. You're utilizing the tech helpline when you need tech help. Those are just some ways that you can value your community here at VLC. The next is lead by example. Be punctual or early to your Google Meets so that we can start class right on time. Use your school equipment as it has been intended. You're keeping your Chromebook charged and ready for class. You have your class materials ready. You're encouraging your classmates to stay on topic and participate in breakout rooms. You're holding each other accountable, right? You're being the leader for your classmates, keeping your chats on topic during our lessons. You're checking your Canvas calendar and your to-do lists and your modules tab daily. You're able to use the modules tab and find your assignments on your own, so you're working independently and being a leader in that way. Remaining in all designated areas. So if we're at school doing something, you're staying where you need to be staying. You're being inclusive and trying to bring other students into activities or class time. Reaching out to teachers through the Canvas messages or email when you need it, and then actually checking your feedback on assignments and learning and growing from that. And finally, how can you stay consistently engaged in your courses? You can respond when you're called on. So if I call on you to answer a question in class and there's crickets, I know you're probably not there, so you're not being consistently engaged. You are joining and engaging in your classroom activities. So if we're doing a Pear Deck or a quizzes or a Kahoot or a Blue-Kit that day, you're actually joining and participating in those assignments during class time. You're staying on your computer for the entire duration of the lesson. So if I see you on GoGuardian go idle, I know that you're not there and not actively engaged. You're using your school Google account to do all of your work. You're checking in Infinite Campus regularly. You're reading your emails. You're completing missing assignments in a timely manner, you're attending in-person events and participating in planned activities, and you're following your schedule, and you're logging into your school account on GoGuardian so that we can chat with you and work with you privately when you're working on stuff. So this helps you understand, what does this look like to value your community, lead by example, and consistently engage. All right, now let's move on to talking about behavior infractions and what that looks like, what that's going to look like if you accidentally make a mistake in your behavior here at VLC. So your behavior infractions chart looks like this. We have 3 levels of behavior infractions. So your minor behavior infractions are going to be things like turning in late work consistently, being tardy to class a few times, being off task in your chat some, being off task on another website during class, like if we see you on YouTube when you're supposed to be listening to the lesson, going idle during your instruction, making occasional like little disrespectful comments, minor cheating. We'll go over the difference in the levels of cheating here in a second when we talk about academic integrity, participating in rumors or gossip, bothering another person's property. Those are all what we call minor infractions. Those are probably going to result in a minor write-up. We might contact your parent, or we might have a conversation with you one-on-one just to try to get your behavior back on track. The major infractions, these are going to be things like repeated level 1 behaviors. So if we talk to you about your level 1 behaviors and we try to get you back on track and you just keep doing that same thing, then it's going to turn into a major infraction. Bullying and harassment is automatically a major infraction. Major cheating, which is using someone else's answers as your own, intentional plagiarism, unauthorized use of AI to do your work, cheating on a summative, those are automatically major infractions. Use of profanity towards another person, verbal aggression, major disruption of a class meeting, you're tardy all the time to class, tobacco use on campus if you come to campus, stealing, those are all automatically major infractions, and the consequences are going to be a little more immediate. You might have to meet with an administrator or another staff member at VLC. We'll definitely be contacting your parents for major infractions. They definitely result in a behavior write-up. And then we also have some, if it's major cheating or plagiarism, and if it's a second offense for minor plagiarism, you will get a 0 on those assignments, so that can have a major effect on your course grade. So crisis level, these are going to be the most severe infractions. These are things like physical aggression or fighting, threat to harm yourself or others, viewing or sharing pornography, sexual misconduct, stealing of property of significant value, alcohol or drug use, possession of a weapon, repeated plagiarism, is all going to result in more major consequences. So these are the ones that can get you up for suspension. We are definitely going to be contacting your parents. You might be in danger of dismissal from VLC, and occasionally law enforcement may need to get involved in some of these more major infractions. So below here is an explainer of how suspension works at VLC. You will have access to this document, so you can read that when we get there. And that is basically how our behavior works, our behavior policy works here at VLC. So the next thing I want to go over with you is our academic integrity policy here at VLC. So we take academic integrity very seriously, because in a virtual learning environment where your teachers aren't circulating the room and kind of monitoring the learning environment in that physical way, we know that there is temptation to not be super ethical in doing your work. Now, this does not apply to all students. The vast majority of our students here at VLC are with us to learn in this flexible environment, and they are learning in ethical ways and maintaining academic integrity. But we have had some instances, and so we want to make sure everyone understands what academic integrity means here at VLC and what some of the violations of academic integrity can look like and how we want to avoid those. So what is academic integrity? Academic integrity means that all of the work that you submit for your classes formative, summative, in-class work represents your own work and accurately reflects your individual learning and knowledge from the course. So according to the School for Ethical Education, academic integrity can be defined by honest academic work where the ideas and the writing of others are properly cited, students submit their own work for tests and assignments without unauthorized assistance from others or AI, students do not provide unauthorized assistance to others, and students report their research or accomplishments accurately. So here's our overview for academic integrity. Success Academy Virtual Learning Center takes academic integrity seriously as we care deeply about ensuring that all students learn and achieve at high levels. To ensure academic integrity, VLC may use any of the following tools throughout the year. So this is how we check for academic integrity here. First, we use plagiarism detection tools. So instructors may use plagiarism detection tools such as Google Originality Check, Google Change History, Turnitin, AI detection, reverse image search, and other relevant tools to help determine whether plagiarism or cheating has occurred. Teacher expertise. The instructors at VLC are highly qualified, and their expertise and familiarity with the student's work is often the best guide for determining when plagiarism or cheating has occurred. Proctored test. In addition to mandatory in-person state testing, VLC instructors may choose to require students to be synchronous, logged into Google Meet and GoGuardian to take summative assessments. This helps ensure test integrity and accurate reporting of student learning. Discussion-based assessment. Instructors may choose to require a verbal component of assessments to ensure student comprehension and integrity. This may take place in the form of a live discussion on Google Meet, video or audio assessment, a phone call, or some other method determined by the instructor. All right, let's talk about AI use and academic integrity. Artificial intelligence, AI, is a new and developing technology that has benefits and drawbacks to student learning. When used in appropriate and ethical ways, it can benefit student learning. But when used to complete students' work for them, it can harm student learning. To maintain academic integrity in regards to AI, students should, 1, always follow their instructor's guidelines regarding AI use for each assignment. If the instructor does not mention AI use for an assignment, the student should ask the instructor before using AI in any way or assume that they may not use AI on an assignment. 2, always disclose to the instructor if AI was used in any way on an assignment and how you used it. You should even do this if the instructor verbally told you that AI use was permitted. You can do this in a comment on the assignment or by speaking to the instructor privately. Here are some examples of what you can say. After I wrote my essay, I used ChatGPT to help me know where to put my paragraph breaks, and then I copied the essay back into the document. You can just make a Google comment. If your teacher told you that was an okay way to use AI, you gotta tell us that you did it and how. So that way, if we're looking at your Google Change history and we see a big copied and pasted part of it, we'll know that this was how you used it and that we said it was okay. Another example is I could not remember which act and scene this quote from Romeo and Juliet came from, so I asked ChatGPT and then copied the quote with the citation. So that's, again, you telling us you didn't have it write the full essay for you, but you couldn't remember this one part, so you asked, and then you told us that you did that. And that if your teacher said that that was okay, then you'd be good. You would protect yourself a little bit. So here is an AI color-coded matrix that your teachers may use this year on some of your assignments to tell you how and whether you can use AI on an assignment. Red is you cannot use AI. Other than maybe like spelling and grammar checkers that are built into your Google documents. So if an assignment is red, you cannot use AI in any way, and that's probably because that assignment is used to gauge your writing skills. Like, do you have the ability yourself to write this thing? Yellow is some AI use with permission and disclosure, so your teacher will give you permission for how and when you can use AI on this assignment, but you also must tell your teacher how you used it. And green is we encourage AI use on this assignment, but you got to tell us how you did it. Okay, so you'll see this again on some of your assignments this year for some of your classes. This is overall how students will maintain academic integrity. So first, reading and signing the academic integrity statement and completing an academic integrity lesson as part of the orientation process. You're doing that right now, and you will sign when we take our quiz for this part of the orientation. Participating in proctored exams and discussion-based assessment when required by the instructor. Completing assignment and assessments free of outside influence, assistance, or disruptions. Asking questions regarding academic integrity if they are unsure. Using AI in only instructor-specified ways and properly disclosing their use. Safeguarding their own work. Responsibilities include, but are not limited to, students will not share their work with any other student. Students will not upload their VLC coursework to a third-party vendor or website. Students will not share their username and password or allow another person to access their school account. Here are the consequences for academic integrity violations. I'm not going to read these to you because you will have access to this document when you get to the quiz portion, and families will have access to this document on your family handbook. So you can read these consequences for violations of academic integrity. Major violations of academic integrity will put you in danger of being dismissed from the program, and so it's really important that we are maintaining academic integrity at all times. The last thing I want to go over in terms of behavior is our EOS system. So Fayette County uses a system called EOS to document information about student behavior, attendance, etc. It looks like it's on the website eos.fcps.net. I will show you that in 1 second. But for students, you will be awarded what's called EOS points each day based on you following the VLC behavior expectations, value your community, lead by example, and consistently engage. If you are participating daily, not just logging in and leaving, but actively participating, you're being respectful, you're maintaining academic integrity, you're communicating with your teacher and other classmates, you should always get all of your points. So if you want to know how to earn your points for each day, we can go back to that very first chart I showed you in this video for some examples of those good positive behaviors that we want to see in your classes. But we err on the side of giving you all your points every day. So you will only lose points if you make a behavior mistake or two in class that day. But if you are coming every day and doing what you need to do, you'll never lose your points. And we have prizes for those students throughout the year, for those students who are maintaining their high EOS point percentage. You will be in drawings for really cool prizes throughout the year to reward you, to say thank you for doing what you need to do and being on your best behavior in your VLC classes. So that is a little bit about behavior and academic integrity. I'll show you this EOS system really quickly. My page is going to look a little different than the page you will land on, but you will have a sidebar that walk you through your classes. You'll be able to see how many points you've earned, if you've lost any points in classes and why, you will see that as well. You'll be able to see your transcript, how many credits you have overall for graduation. All of that will show up in your EOS system. It's really easy to navigate, so I encourage you to check that out once school gets started and we get rolling with our EOS points system. So that is all I have for you for this orientation video. I will see you in the next one.